I give some good modern day advice. But the catch is, I'm not going to be the life coach that you want me to be. I'm going to be the life coach that I am and will continue to be. Like the flawed one, the unorthodox one, the one who lives a lifestyle that may look contradictory to you, the one who lives her life on her own terms. That's me. And of course, people are going to judge me for that. I'm ready. Bring it. You feel me? All of us got flaws, you know. You know, you can take it or leave it or whatever. You know, you can like do it or not do it, you know. It's up to you. I'm still be here eating fruit snacks. Yep. There's too many people out here condemning oranges because they want to drink apple juice. Listen, you don't like something, you're supposed to scroll by, not stalk it. Straight up. People be in my comment section like, you a side chick! You a ho-ho! I'd be like, well, you a bitter bird brain basica. And they'd be like, oh, so we calling names now? So we calling names? So you didn't just call me a side chick hoe? I've been on the internet for a long time. I know how to be a troll too. I just choose to be better. I choose not to troll y'all. But I can. You know what I noticed about people is if I say something bad about something that a certain type of man does, people automatically assume that I must hate all men. If I give my opinion about something that a bad mother does, people will assume that I am trying to bash all mothers. When I give my opinion about something and it's a negative opinion about something, I'm not generalizing anyone. If I'm talking about men in a bad way, usually I'm talking about dusties. If I'm talking about single mothers and some fucked up shit that they do, I'm talking about low energy baby mamas, not high-end single mothers. No one is created equal. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there are good people and there are bad people. So when I'm speaking about something, if I say something negative about a specific kind of person, please understand, I'm talking about a specific kind of person, not all people. I got a good heart, right? And a dope soul, but I had to start treating people how people treat me. Like, I used to be too nice. I used to be too docile and submissive. I didn't even clap back at people. People would say all types of stuff to me and I would never say anything. And I decided one day, just one day, I was just like, you know what? I'm not taking anybody's shit anymore. I'm definitely a villain in some people's story. You know why? Because I defended myself. I stood up for what I believed in. And then there's some people that are mad at me about what type of person I used to be or something that I said to them, not understanding them as a person or giving them the same kind of compassion or understanding that they won't give somebody else. People not liking me is not the end of the world. There are 7 billion people on this planet, and it's some people that love me so much. And those are the people that I focus on because those are the people that matter. I always got to keep pushing this message to people because people care too much about what others think. It's people out here ending themselves because of something somebody else said about them. And I can promise you, people are not worth all that. These people are not worth all that. They got their own flaws and stuff too. And they come for you. They vent on social media to try to make you feel bad so they can feel better about themselves. And you have to remember that. Do not let social media off you. They on, you understand? They're giving their opinion all day, every day about what you doing, what that person doing, all types of stuff. So use this place just like everybody else does. Express your opinion and don't be scared simply because some people disagree with you. So fucking a lot of you project your power onto others, not understanding energy transmission. Some of you unconsciously empower others by accident. You are out here assigning power to people who were never meant to have it to begin with. Now they have authority over your life unwarranted. You're encouraging people to do things, and sometimes those things are not good. The people that y'all classify as public figures and celebrities, you're giving them all these likes and shares, and you're giving them so much power over you and hundreds of thousands of other people when they don't even deserve that power, or they are going to do something malicious with it. I noticed that the wrong people are celebrated for a whole bunch of dubious shit. Be careful who you entertain on social media. Be selective about the social circles that you deal with every day. Because even I chose a poor social circle when I first got on the internet, and half of those people have tried to ruin my reputation. Not everybody on here your friend. Not everybody on here you can trust. Not everybody on here you can listen to their advice. Be very selective about who you allow to lead your life or influence you. I'll be on the internet bored as fuck trying to figure out what to do when really you should be working on those goals and dreams. But you know what? Consistency seems a little bit mundane to you, don't it? Well, perhaps you underestimate the power of long-term effort. The effects of you continuously working on some shit. To me, the success of every woman should be an inspiration to another. So a lot of times when I get on social media platforms and I see two content creators arguing back and forth, or one chick hating on another, it's like played to me. It looks stupid to me. I cringe when I see certain female content creators, not because I don't like their content, but I just don't like that they are targeting or bullying someone else. And it throws off my celebration. Like, I can't even be happy for sis. You feel what I'm saying? Now, there's nothing wrong with one female content creator giving another female content creator some type of criticism or maybe expressing her opinion. But when it starts getting to the bullying thing, where it's one video made after another, or someone is veering off the topic and instead attacking somebody personally, that shit makes me cringe. I don't like it. I think it's easy to insult somebody or say something negative about somebody. What's harder is to find the good in someone and focus on that. And that's what I hope more women start to do with each other as we're sitting here winning the way that we are. When we get on social media, we should start clapping for each other, because it's too many times we've seen too many men actually drag us for who we are. And especially Black women, we are disrespected and hypersexualized. So it's like, as a woman, I want to feel liberated. I want to feel comfortable in my skin. So the best way to get that done is if we clap each other on, even for our smallest little victories. Put a magnifying glass on those things. That's what I want to see in the future of social media. Listen, if you haven't heard about my book yet, I'm gonna need for you to catch up. So the other day, some woman came in my comment section and she was upset about this book. She was like, "You've been talking about this for 4 years. When you gonna stop talking about it?" I was dating a separated man who had an estranged wife who was dating someone else and encouraging me to date her estranged husband. And after I'm 5 months pregnant, these two decide that they want to be together just to ultimately get a divorce later on. Like, the hell? And you want me to not warn other women? It's too many women out there who would have fell victim to that so easy. So I'm going to talk about that for another 4 years. And then another 4 years after that. You mad I'm not gossiping about others? So if I was gossiping and being judgmental Janice, that would be more acceptable to y'all. But to keep talking about my own life, that's just a bad thing, right? To me, gossiping is average. That's what the average woman would do. I'm not average. I'm different. Listen, I stay up in my own lane. I'm built different. See, to me, certain stories are helpful. To me, certain stories that you hear give you power that you thought you never had. It gives you hope. It shows you the magnitude and magnificence of manifesting. I was homeless in Atlanta. Then I moved to Northern California, which is one of the most expensive places in the world. I was 5 months pregnant when I left Atlanta. It took me 10 months to get a house and a car and a stable environment for my baby. That is something to celebrate about. And a lot of people don't even know how I did that in general, let alone did that as fast as I did. My story packs an inspirational punch. My book is about living dreams and overcoming shit. And you basically is over here focused on whether or not I slept with someone's husband? Yeah, that book got the drama. The drama's in there. But I'm in there teaching you how to get money and how to be an entrepreneur. That's what that book is about. So what if you think I'm a side chick, sis? Get money! I wish somebody would have told me a long time ago that I could not trust women. I always had respect for the girl code to a certain degree. So I should have known if I'm expecting another woman to look out for me when we dealing with a man, I am sadly mistaken. When I start having the conversation with other women about my son's father, and how his ex-wife was encouraging me to date him, you guys don't understand that this woman literally befriended me. She tried to make it seem like she was like super cool. And I believed she believed in the sister code on the level I did. Like, it got so bad. It got so bad to the point that I was telling this woman, if you don't stop calling me, like, you interfering too much in my situation with me and my son's father, you have no power here. That's how bad the situation got between her and I, and we weren't like that at first. At first, I felt like I could trust her, but after a while, I started realizing that she was like super sneaky, and she was like telling him to say certain things to me. Now, I could have respected sis if she would have flat out just been like, you know what? I still love him. We was together for a long time, and this is my husband. This is somebody I love and want to be with. But she was like, no, I want to be with somebody else. I don't love him. I don't want him. I don't like him. Congratulations to you both on your baby. You know, I'm glad to see he's moved on with someone like you. I mean, these are things that this man's wife was telling me. And she was just making it seem like she was so in love with someone else. I'm sorry, but I'm just not that kind of woman. Like, I look out for the chicks that call me and say anything about some man that both of us ended up dating at the same time. Or if some chick called me about my ex, like, I'm still going to have her back over his. I'm not going to embarrass him or lie about him or anything like that. But as a woman, I'm looking at this woman like, listen, I can't put what you need in front of what I need, but I still got your back to a certain degree. He used to talk about her so bad to me. Like, he used to make it seem like she was the devil incarnate. So for him to turn around and get back with her when both of them were speaking so negatively to each other, it seemed weird. But my heart went out to her. I felt so bad for her because he was just speaking so badly of her. And then when I started realizing that half of the shit that he was saying about her was accurate, like, she was really fucking sneaky. And she started like playing us against each other because she didn't want to see him happy with someone else. That's when her and I started having problems. Like, I literally would have looked out for her. If we would have teamed together and just handled him together, like really just like combated all of the bullshit that he was doing, because he was treating both of us bad. Like, if we would have just both came together like as women, as a team, and just been like, look, dude, you're not about to fuck over either one of us, it would have been a better outcome for everybody involved. My experience with her taught me that the sister code is not a thing. It's a fairy tale. It's not something that you need to be trying to like believe in, because even if you believe in it, it does nothing for you if no other women believe in it. The sister code means all of your sisters have to believe in it, and most of you don't believe in it. I'm not about to be fighting over no man that put us both in a messed up situation. Y'all look stupid as hell fighting over these dusties. So when people see me and her going back and forth, they thought I was mad at her because she ended up with him. That wasn't even what I was mad at sis about. I was mad because she broke the sister code. Men barely break the bro code. Like, they look after one another. Why aren't women that way? You can always tell whether a man has made poor choices in women or not by what he says when he starts talking about us.
No, do not be vulnerable with women.
But you've never been in love.
You want to do the example?
Women are not built to handle masculine problems. Being vulnerable with a woman is some of the worst advice that modern day women give to men, because if I sit there and I cry to you, oh my God, my life is hard, blah, 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 you might sit there and console me for a bit, but deep down you're like, you fucking bitch. And you're going to go and find someone.
That is so not true. I know.
Fellas, you have to understand something. You can be vulnerable around the right woman, the right type of woman. You just have to know how to choose the right woman.
Vulnerability is so powerful.
Again, this is a common example of women saying one thing but doing another. They're saying this right now because it's politically correct to say, you can cry to me, you can be vulnerable to me, etc.
Cry once, bro?
Hey man, I can't tell you how many times we brought girls on the show with their own, they tell us on air, one time my boyfriend cried in front of me and I never looked at him the same.
We've seen plenty of clips of the Fresh and Fit podcast. From what I've seen, it's been a lot of boppers on there. A lot of loose women, a lot of gold diggers. That's what he surrounds himself with. Then he gets on this podcast and is seemingly two type of women who are actually nothing like the women that I've seen be on the Fresh and Fit podcast. When I saw this clip, even I came in the comment section and said, no, that's not true about women. And a man inside of the comment section began to challenge me, and he asked me, how would I know if it's true or not if I'm not a man? I don't have to be a toilet to know that it flushes. I don't have to be a book to enjoy the bookstore. I'm the type of woman that I am not going to make fun of a man when he's expressing his emotions to me. I can't be the only woman in the world that wouldn't respond that way. So if I'm saying to you as a woman how I would handle a man and his feelings, then that means there has to be some other women around that do the same thing. And what you're saying women do when they're dealing with vulnerability with men is not true. I am proof of that. This man then says to me that if a man cried in front of me, then broke up with me, I would make fun of him after the relationship was over. Oh, that's definitely happened to me, where a man cried his eyes out in front of me and then dumped me, and then later on told me his tears were crocodile. And I still have yet to make fun of him for crying. Fellas, don't let your fear of being vulnerable make you think that all women are not going to accept your vulnerability. That's insecurity that this man is displaying. Don't let your fears run you, sir. Just find a better selection process. Like, stop choosing the same type of women. You like toxicas, you like basicas, so you get low energy experiences. Tell me there is something that I'm missing about this meme. Like, please tell me there is a portion of this that I am not seeing and I'm just misunderstanding the whole thing. Because only an African American man would be the man that says that a woman who is earning more money is not as attractive. Like, I don't understand how men can compartmentalize or departmentalize certain things that they do in life, displaying an unhealthy amount of cognitive dissonance. But when it comes to something like this, they don't know how to separate a woman's job or how much money she makes from her love and support and respect as a girlfriend or a wife. Like, please tell me men really aren't struggling with this. Any man who is a successful man or intellectual man is not going to want a underachieving woman. He's gonna want a woman who challenges him mentally. It doesn't mean that she's combative. It doesn't mean that she's hard to deal with. It means she can carry her own if she has to. Confident men don't need for their woman to be beneath them intellectually or financially or anything like that in order for them to feel manly. You understand? This whole thing of conquering women is like a toxic masculinity thing. This isn't a healthy form of masculinity at all. Being masculine does not include you having to degrade, disrespect, or belittle women. It's just not a part of masculinity. And I'm not saying this because I feel like I'm a man or I'm challenging men or anything like that. I've dealt with so many men, friendship, family, and relationships, and no man who has been secure in who he is as a person has given me a hard time about being successful.